I'm Sam, and this is Behind the Amp.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Sarah, and we're hanging out with Sam with Dogs with Hats at Pilsen Yards.
Hey, thanks so much for coming on with us today.
Happy to be here.
Just in case viewers don't know the bands as well, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Yeah. So my band is Dogs with Hats. We're a Chicago band, been around now for almost 2 years. Gotten real busy in the last 6 months after our first release, our debut EP. And yeah, very happy to be here. Meet you guys.
So thank
Awesome.
you for coming. So I guess we'll just jump right in here. We kind of wanted to know what the story was behind, the name Dogs with Hats. It's a pretty unique name to encompass, kind of like a rock garage band like you guys.
Sure. Yeah. I was making music and just releasing it on SoundCloud when I was, 19, 20. And, those initial releases, there's a level of insecurity. So you kind of like to put up the wall, not like reveal your actual name. But yeah, I mean, we could have changed it a couple times. I think what sticks for me, at least, is that it's, the fact that it's goofy kind of lowers the stakes a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And you can kind of push the envelope with maybe the actual substance.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't want like a pretentious band name to like
Yeah,
be
awesome.
taken too seriously.
Yeah,
Valid.
we love it.
Did you have other ideas for any names or?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I
And like
can't
there
think
was
about that.
definitely a conversation around changing it going into the release because we kind of, we had no presence before that release this summer. So,
Mhm.
but ultimately stuck to our guns.
Hey, I like it.
It's a great name. We love it.
Yeah.
Um, so I know you just mentioned the EP. Is there a good appetizer to the band, like a first song that you would recommend viewers to listen to?
Yeah, on the actual EP itself.
Mhm.
The one that has kind of done the rounds most is was a single we released before the EP, Almost Famous. Um, However, I mean, really any of the five on the EP kind of get at the general
Yeah.
sonic quality of the record and arrangements you'll see with us most often. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I know that's the song that we love the most.
Yeah,
we were playing it all the time.
Cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's our favorite song,
I
definitely.
love it.
Okay, so then speaking of Lampshades at the Party, your first EP, I guess we're wondering like how you created the name and then also the general vibe of the album itself.
Yeah, I mean, I think I sort of fell in love with this 50s, 60s trope of like the drunkard on the couch with the lampshade on his head.
Mhm.
Another way to kind of keep like the concept around the band or just maybe that record fun.
Mhm.
Um, and then, a lot of the focus, at least a lot of what I like about the band or these projects are the visuals, the graphic art, even like the tour posters, the show posters.
Mhm.
And I just thought that it lent itself to some interesting imagery, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, we've ended up leaning into it on a couple videos and like the cover uh followed the thread of the name pretty well and yeah, I don't know. I think it's good basis. Yeah.
I'm honestly glad you explained it because when we read it, we kind of thought it was more like being a like wallflower in a party kind
Oh
of.
no, it's
Yeah,
like
it's
being the drug
like the
dude.
opposite.
But I mean, I
Love
don't
that.
know.
Yeah.
It's also I guess the even simpler answer is like a lot of people kind of self-title their first EP and
Yeah.
I don't know. It just I don't even know how sure I was at the time that we would like continue making music in the near term when I'm thinking back like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Mhm.
So I was like, let me have fun with like a name.
Yeah.
Should just have a record.
It's
So,
awesome. I know we love it.
Yeah.
awesome.
So then do you guys kind of have like a this is it moment? Like, where I know you just mentioned you were kind of like unsure how far you would go with it. Have you had that kind of moment yet?
It's interesting. I mean, I think in a sense, but not like all at once. I left a job I was working for a couple years last spring, which allotted a lot of time to sort of care for that release. Um, I think there was an expectation that it would help us get booked, uh, bring some new people in the fold, but the response and growth in those kind of fall months was really surprising. And it drew some attention from people like outside of Chicago, some industry conversations, like interviews like this.
Yeah.
And I think it's given me and the guys sort of more leash or reason to lean in.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like everyone needs a little bit of validation,
Yeah.
and like you're something like, oh, cool, like people
like
this is this momentum
Yeah.
here? Like,
People are loving this.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Okay.
it's great. Yeah. Yeah.
I know that's definitely how I found you guys, was actually like an Instagram ad
Yeah.
came up, and I was like, wait, this song is really good.
Awesome.
And so I know I fell in love with it. I
Yeah.
showed it to Sarah, and
That's
we were
so
like,
cool.
we have to talk to these guys. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. And then Sam, I know you kind of started this all in your bedroom by yourself. How was that shift, kind of going from making music alone to kind of coming together with a band?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of very practical elements to it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the type of music we make, it's very analog with amps, you know, fairly loud,
Yeah.
real drums. And so I think for one, it's like it took a lot of pressure off of me. In the beginning, I was like learning all the instruments to try to like arrange and fully record these myself.
Right.
I think that was really good for me as a songwriter and like an informer to like explain to much better musicians, maybe speak the language a little better. But yeah, when it was time to like hit the stage and like get some better musicians on bass and drums and everything, I mean, step one was getting a practice space. Like when you trial and error songs, you need to be able to turn it up. Can't do that in your apartment.
Yeah.
You're gonna get addicted. So, yeah, I mean, I've never really been in bands. Like I was more of a fan in high school in the Chicago scene, and then college was kind of like COVID the whole time.
Yeah.
So I think like house shows and even just like the concept of like building a band towards a stage felt irrelevant. So I don't know. Yeah, I haven't even like played that many shows technically. Like we always joke that it's like I played maybe 20 shows ever. So
more than us.
It's still super awesome.
Cool. Okay. Well, I guess I know that Tom, Will, and Ryan aren't here, but we were also just kind of wondering if you knew their mindset, because I know you went up to them and sort of created the idea of making a band. Kind of how do you think that went for them?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that was huge. So to speak for Tom and Will, I mean, those guys, they've been playing the Chicago scene since they were like 13, 14.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, Tom and Will each have older brothers, 3 years their senior, who were in some pretty major projects in Chicago.
That's awesome.
And so Will's kind of like the little brother who could play drums in like any project you needed. And so, with that athlete's mentality, he was just like on stage with so many different groups when the Chicago DIY scene and like garage rock music was huge, and like I don't know, like the mid 20 teens to COVID. God, not to bring up COVID again. What it's because it's in the past.
Yeah.
But and Tom was the very same. I mean, and I was watching from afar because I had played on like a hockey team with Will when I was 14. And again, I wasn't really I wasn't involved with music directly. I was just like deeply passionate about it. So I'm seeing them play these house shows and like, use their fake IDs to play actual venues. And when it was like, I had kind of trained myself a little bit to demo some songs. So you don't want to approach someone who's like pedigreed and be like, yo, trust me. I've never done it, but you'd like to show them an idea to like validate that it's maybe worth even just like contributing like a drum line on. And I waited till I was at that point to hit him up, in 2023 or whatever. And then Ryan, he's kind of more like me, where he really like self-taught himself guitar to like an extreme level while he was in college. And I don't even know, he was in like a college band. I don't know if there was like direct ambition from him leaving college to join a band in Chicago, but okay, bear with me here. So I moved into my first apartment in Old Town in 2023. Met my wall neighbor in the elevator, said, "What's up, John? How you doing?" I'm Sam. I was going to breakfast solo at Nookie's on Wells.
Love
And,
that place.
I mean, that's
It's so good.
I go there almost every Sunday. Sit at the bar.
Awesome.
It's amazing. And I see John sitting there alone too, right after I met him in the elevator. So I was like, "Hey, come pop a squat. Like, let's buddy up." And while we were talking, I told him that, hey, I'll be sure to communicate. Like, I got a drum kit in my room, and like, tend to try to record on weekends or something. Found out he played and his little brother played, Ryan. And I was being asked to do my first couple shows, but was balancing that with like first year in the city and my job.
Mhm.
And so I actually roped Ryan in to take a lot of those like lead guitar parts away from me so that the show was possible. And
More
we just,
attainable.
yeah, exactly. And we found we had like the same musical influences, and like we're both kind of silently dreaming about it. So we were like the two unexperienced guys, but like majorly dreaming about it. Tom and Will had been about that business for like 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And I think that, merge their experience with like our like new blood excitement. It was a very good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we're loving it.
Yeah,
So.
I'm glad you asked that question because honestly, I thought that you were the one to like get them all into music, but that's pretty insane.
No, it's like the I could get anecdotal. Like there were so many funny things in my first couple shows, like just basics of like introducing the band or like faking the venue, like those kind of things.
With that too,
yeah, like I'm like all passion, and so that's good. Like that sells, but like such fundamental things that I'm so happy I had them for. And again, like their whole scene. Couple bands to shout out, like Burr, Galgun, Will's brother was in the band Rookie. That was pretty big a few years ago. Criminal Kids, like a lot of good advice, a lot of bands that gave us our first shows.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I often wonder what it would be like if we were starting just raw, you know?
Yeah.
Where would you be now?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Like we certainly got a few opportunities that just, not to be self-deprecating, but like just no band deserves in their very first, like, 3 months as a band.
Yeah.
So very grateful for that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Really good story. Okay, well then speaking of like you guys all as a band, when you guys come together to practice, do you guys have any specific like jingles or songs that aren't your own that you play?
Here's what happens. So at the beginning of every practice, I pretend to tune for like 10 minutes while Ryan, Will, and Tom or whoever else is joining us is just like ripping into Zeppelin. And
I figured it was
I'm like behind the curve on like knowing the discography I should to begin with, but I also just cannot shred like that.
Okay.
So it's like I just pretend to be occupied.
Like I'm just gonna act like I'm not here.
But I don't know. We've covered a lot of things over the years, like some replacements tunes. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's how they get warmed up.
Gotcha.
You're I'm just like, and then I'll like, pretend to be checking the mic just to remind them that we're there to practice.
Like, stop showing off, guys.
No, it's awesome though. It's like,
that sounds awesome.
It does give me some pride. I'm like, damn, my band is like really good.
Yeah.
Which probably feels super good because you know that you guys are those guys.
Yeah. Seriously. No, I mean, I think like fundamentally as musicians, like the rhythm section, it's as tight and potent and mindless for them as you would want it to be. And Ryan's evolution, I mean, he's always been such a great freaking lead guitarist, but like his stage comfort, his just how well he knows his specific pedal board tailored to our set. It's so sick. Like everyone's gotten so much better. We practice a lot, so hopefully that happens.
Yeah.
It better happen, yeah.
So we know you guys have a show coming up in Chicago soon. Do the vibes feel higher when you're performing in your home city as opposed to being away?
Well, it's a new contrast for us because we only just started leaving Chicago like this last month. So it's become apparent to us that we'll probably only play here, once a season, every 3-4 months, kind of pending some special circumstance. I think that, it's totally exciting because I think obviously the main fan base is here. That's where we get to meet new people. There's also just like this like functional byproduct of like trying to grow a band where it's like you should try to sell out your own city. But we've succeeded in that a couple times, and that's cool. It's a good challenge. But I think it's hard because you don't want to overplay, I suppose. And but all these venues just like down the street from you and all these people like, DMing you. It's it's a little bit of delayed gratification, but exciting for sure. Like I'm very excited to come back and play Chicago shows.
Yeah, I know we'll definitely be there.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
go.
be there.
We
We'll
love
be there
it.
for
We love
sure.
it.
We'll have another
Okay.
shot. We took a shot before this.
We took a shot.
Another
I
shot.
won't tell you
We
what
had to
time it
relax.
is, but
Yeah.
it's a funny
early.
time on the
It's
Sabbath.
early, yeah. It's early.
Yes, unfortunately.
Thank you for
But
taking
hey,
the shot.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, so then I guess we kind of want to know a little bit more about Almost Famous. Did you have any type of, moment that sparked the idea for the song itself, or
Yeah. So first off, it's kind of funny. I wrote that tune almost 2 years ago, like next weekend. It was St. Patty's weekend. I stayed in, um, and it came together in like 48 hours. Like when I not every time, but a few times when I've followed the thread of an idea that I know is something that could make a record or be a single. I'll like sleep in the rehearsal space just to like stay in the zone.
Yeah, okay.
It's like my deepest fear to like have it and lose it. You know?
Okay, yeah,
because it's like it's so hard to find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that the initial chord progression was something I lifted from the song "Up the Junction" by Squeeze.
Okay.
Oh
Do you know that
gosh,
song?
I do know that
It sounds
song.
nothing like Almost Famous,
Uh-huh.
but if you just only listen to the chords and like the rhythm,
Uh-huh.
it's like same song.
Okay.
But then just like anything, I think people are not always not to be mysterious or anything, but they're not always as forthcoming about like what direct song maybe influenced the tune.
Sure.
Which is not a bad thing because once you have it structurally laid out, the harmonic shifts or like the chord progression, it just becomes your own thing. It's gonna deviate.
Mm-hmm.
So I built it up, and by the time I got to like lyrics, I'd say most of the time lyrics are pretty random. Like I'll start with trying to find a melody and just be kind of spitting gibberish, and then see like phonetically which words are closest.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wow, that's actually clever, or like it will be perceived as clever.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, that kind of works.
I know, it's like it's crazy. It's better to not. I mean, I can't say that for sure. I'm not wise enough to make it like a true like plot like I don't know, written piece of art.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I think there's no like singular theme. I mean, I think I was at the time our photographer was a DePaul girl who was really involved in film and acting, as were her friends. Some of them were musicians, and they were so talented, and like there were just so few degrees of separation between them and who was touted, falsely or not, on social media as like the leaders of theater or celebs, right? And so I don't know, this concept of Almost Famous, like dressing the part, maybe even having the talent, but like stressing out over like why it's not hitting.
Yeah.
But then the verses are about God knows what.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Okay.
I think initially though that was at least the imagery. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's
Gotcha.
awesome.
Yeah, we figured it kind of tapped into your journey. We thought it was like, where you started versus where you are now. I know you mentioned earlier that it's like, I feel like, I mean, we wouldn't know because we're not musicians, but I feel like it seems a little touch and go sometimes because you'll have really good shows, and then I'm sure there are times where,
you play to no one sometimes, especially in other cities and markets. But I think that like thematically, I've thought it to be less about us, but what has been so nice about it is I feel like the name Almost Famous is a little self-deprecating and kind of like satirical. It's like, yo, we're like Almost Famous.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like Dogs with Hats. It's a little bit of a shield.
Okay. Yeah. We can appreciate that.
See.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. Is there anything that you guys are working on behind the scenes that fans should kind of just be watching for?
Yeah, I mean, we're so freaking busy right now.
Which is always a great thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a balancing act. Like we have like a team of people now, but they're all homies, so it's sweet. But, so right now we're doing a Midwest tour that takes us through the end of April. We actually go to Texas for South by Southwest next weekend.
Okay.
And then straight to New York, which is cool. Working on a East Coast tour to start the summer, a Southeast tour to end the summer. That's just the show stuff. I think we have like a pretty hefty. We released like a live version of Almost Famous, but we have actually like our full EP and a couple additional tunes, all laid out kind of like KEXP audio tree style.
Okay.
Couple
Ooh.
fingers in motion. But I mean, I think like what I'm going to go do right after this is right, because we have kind of a song quota for like the next record or set of releases, and I think we're due for a single in like the next month or two. So have studio time booked at the end of this month.
Yeah.
And it's crazy like coming back from tour to record, and then but we're full time in it a little, so it's
Keep out for new music, guys.
that's right. That's right. Big things coming.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess speaking of like kind of like the whole movie camcorder vibes, we did watch the two vlogs that you guys did. I guess we were wondering, was that meant to like promote your shows? Was it more so just for fun, or?
I think so. The very first thing is we cannot like manage to do like the Instagram Reel TikTok thing.
Okay, that's fine.
And like no hate to whoever does it. It's a much more accessible, easy way to produce like personal content.
Right.
We're just not built like that. Like
Yeah.
each one of us are like no
Built
social media
different,
or like
basically.
totally like zero post ghosts.
Yeah.
And so we're just not. We don't have that affinity. And so our content girl, Sarah Moran, who's been just like such a lifesaver for like all our shows. She is also one of my best friends, so she just happens to be out with us or in the studio with us. She's kind of a fly on the wall, and I think that it saves us from the despair of content creation or our inability to do it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we know those vibes.
Yeah. But also, like, I think people resonate with it more, or at least like the bands that I grew up on, like. When they would do a tour vlog, I'm like, this is so mundane and real, but it's also still sick. Like, you realize it's not curated, and it's still like a group of people that are charming or you like to hang with. It's almost more personal that way. You know?
It gives a very nostalgic vibe too.
Yeah, because the way you guys like, I don't know if you did it on purpose or it was just your camera, but it felt like a home, like just literally
a whole movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's a whole separate topic. Like talking about like digital mediums. Like we've done some stuff, and I've enjoyed using like Super 8. That takes 10 weeks to develop. But the way, like, if you're trying to make, in our case, like some analog music that's maybe a little bit antiquated sonically, to match your artwork, if you want to call the way the band presents itself costume, like if we treat this as theater, you kind of want things to match up. So like if the music's going to be of a few decades ago, it seems like the digital media should follow suit. And it's just like cute and like home recorded.
Yeah,
So.
it was awesome. I know we were.
It was really fun
Yeah,
to
we
watch.
did some fun shit too. Like, we got a lot of like chef friends, and we're really tight with like the Joffrey Ballet crew. And
That's sick.
it's like it leads to just like really weird escapades.
Yeah.
We try to film to build the following.
I think it's cool, because like also me and Sam are like relatively new to your band in general,
Sure.
so I think watching that vlog also gave us like insight for each of you guys. Like you're not just musicians; you guys are also just people. Like, just chilling.
Guys, we're just like you.
We're just like you.
Oh my god! In like my sweaty tank top, after taking a shot at undisclosed time.
We're not redacted, but yeah. All right, love to hear it.
Awesome. Okay, and then just kind of a fun question. If you had to save one pedal from your kit, which would it be and why?
Probably either my boost or my blues driver.
Okay.
Really simple. I mean, like, I probably have too many pedals on my board. Like,
That's okay.
we could honestly manage as a band just like plugging directly into some stacks, and my guitar really makes the sound. I have like a 65 Fender Mustang, and so it just
that's a
sounds
really good
super
one.
garage on its own.
Yeah.
So real simple.
Awesome. Perfect.
Right. Well, that was our last question. We do appreciate you hanging out with us and taking the shot at undisclosed time. So then we're live from Pilsen Yards. This is Sarah.
This is Sam.
Thank you guys so much for watching our first ever episode.
Yes.
And thank you guys,
And
Sam.
thank you,
Thanks for
Sam, for
having
hanging
me.
out with us today.
Appreciate
Bye,
it.
guys.
Bye.